So we found a problem, and the timing could not be better because this ship is pulling into Amelie right now, and Amelie is where all of our extra ships are, and also where most of our items are. So this is a pretty random way to start, but welcome to Anno. It's what we do in this game. This is the public works route. This route has been going on in the background forever, and I think I might see what the issue is right now. This doesn't look, somehow it looks like these things got in the wrong slots. Let's look. Nope, never mind. It's not that. I'm taking 3 of the fire extinguishers, 2 medicines, and 1 police equipment. The problem is the medicine. I noticed my population was going down for engineers. Went to Devil Ray, and I see that this number is lower than it should be when I checked it. By the time I hit record, the ship had already come up here, around here. Let's see, from here, up there, and over here. And here we are. So we're going to take this ship off. What I'm going to do is we're going to add, let's see. Time out. Hang on, let's do this again. Hang on, let's look at this again. Is the cape low? The cape is totally fine. Yeah, this is just an old world problem. I wonder what the minimum, let me see what my minimum is over here. Yeah, this route was put together, I don't even know when. I don't even know. It was when I was doing chemical plants in Manola. I mean, this is a long time ago route. This is 300 minimum here, and it's only bringing 100 at a time. Yeah, this. I think the easiest. There's 2 solutions we can go with. One is to just add to this, put a Great Eastern, and add slots. So we do 3 fire extinguishers, 3 medicines, and 2 police equipment. As opposed to 3, 2, 1, we go 3, 3, 2. Put Ermenegilda back on it again. I think that might be this. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, you're off. You're off of this. You are now extra. Let's bring one of you over here. The Steam Bream. Remember there was a clipper? There's a clipper named the Steam Bream. It was one of my first routes. And I remember way back then, yeah, it was my Obreros. Remember going from Manola to Cece? I remember way back then that I said, I'm going to change the name of this one day, and I never did. That was the original Steam Bream. And since it's been so long, I'm not changing it. I don't know why that just triggered that in my head, but it did. So this is Public Works. We will put Ermenegilda on here. We will put you back in the trade union, in the thing. What's this called? The trading post. Let's just put all these in here. It's fine. We will put. I can put 2 more. Yeah, I want to speed this. We're gonna speed this ship up because it's got a long way to go. It goes all the way to Manola, and then it comes back, and then does all the islands here. And I don't want to deal with this again. So, movement. All right, we got her, and let's see, what can we do that is great. Cool. Thanks, buddy. I have no idea what he even was requesting. I didn't even look at it. The Captain Smith Titan of the Sea. I'm trying to come up with something that I haven't used before, you know? I don't use her very often. Movement speed, self-repair. Yeah, let's use her. Why not? What does her thing say? Under a dragon blood tree, she reads manuals of navigation until the sun sets red. She is committed to her work, to say the least. Let's use one of these. I don't know. That's airships. The Vindicated Veteran. Oh boy. All his days he served at sea, but though his shame has been forgiven and his name has been forgotten, he will always remember. Oh boy. Can you imagine the stress between this guy? She's busy working. He's busy talking about the good old days. And she's over here like, hey, let's go. We got to get work. We got work to do. Let's get the stuff done. I like it. I like this. We're going to force those 3 to work together. All right, public. Boom. Let's change this. So this is going to be. This is a pretty random way to start this episode, is it not? We'll change this to these two. I finished my train station. We're going to show you that, and then after that, we're going to go to Chubb and start our newest and probably final large-scale project in the series. We're getting there. Everybody knows it. It's pretty obvious. We're getting to the end here. But as I promised, when all of this began, I said that we are going to complete this series. I will not leave you hanging, as others have done before. Okay, Shub just needed... They don't need medicine there because there's no people. And I think I used... Yeah, I brought police equipment there just because... in case there were like a riot or something like that from the production buildings. Okay, so you are going to be right here. Where are you? Look at all these ships. My goodness. I need to sell all these. They're all sitting up here. I need to sell them to Archie in between episodes one of these days. There it is, right there. Boom. All right, get to work. Hopefully this works. It should work. I mean, it worked forever until just recently. I think that might be because I added... Well, I don't know. I did add more people. So the needs of the medicine went up. I added more. You know what? That's probably what it was. We added more skyscrapers here.
Stand to attention for the boss.
So the need of the medicine. Do the investors? They don't. Just engineers. Yeah, the needs went up when I upgraded all of these skyscrapers here. It had to be. Because as I said, that route was... easy peasy forever. There was no problems whatsoever. Here's a random random World's Fair. What do we get? What do we get? Anything good? No. Actually. All right. Now, let's look at our train station first, then head to Chubb. Here's our train station. When we left at the end of the last episode, the final thing I left you with was an empty train station area right here. I'm gonna try to get this in a good spot. Let's do right there. There we go. This oil platform is awesome. I should have been using this way more often than I have. That fills in a huge gap. So does this. But I think I finally I think we nailed it on this. These water pipes, I've been using them a lot here last episode with my crates and barrels and water pipes. But when you don't want to put a fence and you want a separator, these water pipes work fantastically. So I probably should have been using them more often, but they are buried in the wrong screen where I will never see them. For some reason, they're in the... See, I can't even find them now. Where are they? Yeah, they're in the industry and fences. For some reason, I don't know. So I never see them. And then when I finally do, I'm like, oh, those look nice. And then I use them. So this is done. Let's spin it around this way so you can get a view from this side. You see the pedestrian walkway here? That, again, no effect to gameplay, but I just thought it looked cool. And then the train comes in here and does its thing over here. Again, the train will never actually come in here, but theoretically, it works for me. Okay. Yeah, here's the water pipes. Look, I made a wall. Kinda. All right. Now, you don't see a young you in nobody. All right. And so that was what we finished with. This is finished. This we finished on camera. Nothing changed here. Right? We did all of our crates and barrels around here. Now, this, I don't know why I was messing around with this warehouse with the little tiny small one, because all I had to do was max it out, and it has the maroon looking brick color to match all of this over here, so it works. I filled in all of this here around the trade union. Let's get in here a little closer. Right here's our toy factory, our violins and billiard tables, I think. Toys, yeah, billiard tables. These are catching up. It says there's only 2. It's fine. It's fine. It is. We're fine. This is full everywhere it needs to be full. It just takes years and years and years to backfill. This is fine. Trust me. Violins have always been good, and toys have always been good as well. So this area is full. The only thing we did not do, well, oh, hang on. One little detail over here. Here's our gramophones, right? We put our lumberjack hut. What's it called? Nope, sawmill. That's what it's called, right here. So the only thing I left over here was an open area right here, and we put a couple sawing stations. And just filled in the gaps here. I thought since it's right next to the sawmill, they bring their wood right over here to the sawing station. Boom. They're ready for the construction site over here. Boom. And that is complete. Remember the barren wasteland that this was when we started the last episode. I believe, in my humble opinion, that this looks fantastic. Now, the only thing left on Shub is something we're not going to do today. But this needs to be filled in. This needs to be filled in. This needs to be filled in. And possibly, well, no, definitely, we need to do something with these depots and this blueprinted area that I never actually did back here. Saltpeter. Yeah, we never did this, but at some point, again, we're almost done with the series. I'm going to come back here when we go through. We're going to go island by island after I'm done with Chubb. We're going to go island by island. We're going to fill in like this right here. Unfinished. You know, we're going to do little stuff like that. We're going to finish every single island, every single detail. We're going to do it. I never did fill in these little areas here in this neighborhood. And there's a parade, so I'm definitely not going down there right now. But this whole neighborhood, details. Around the school, we need details, right? All those things are going to get filled in. All right, now, we need to go to Chubb. Chubb, well, no, we don't. This chemical plant just blew up while I was talking. So let's fix it. All right. Anything else over here? Anybody else on fire? Are we good? I think we're good. I think we're good. All right. Now, we need to go to Chubb. Chubb has been the biggest eyesore for me since I created this. This, I remember the screenshot for this, actually. I think I had the camera like right here or something. Something like that. Remember? It was like the sunset or the... Yeah, it was something like this. Actually, let's recreate it. Boom. There we go. Okay, maybe not with the pigs everywhere. But anyways, since I made that screenshot in that episode, this entire area, I would like this at 16. Nope. Nope. Try that again. 16. Nope. Okay, fine. Come on. 16. There we go. This is a problem. This island is a giant, open, barren wasteland of space that I want to do something with. I feel like I want to have a town. I don't want to have a metropolis. I think I just want to have a town. We need to finish this area, right? This has the bones of something awesome, right? We got our biscuit. What are these called? Assembly line biscuits right here. The flour rolls down into the biscuits. It works. Canned food all around here. It works. But we have blueprinted areas. We have open spots here. And we have fields. Room for fields. Now, as far as my fields go, what do I want to do? I think I want to make this a giant farm area, but I don't want to do it the way I have been doing it. my beautifully symmetrical rectangular farms, I'm not doing that here. If we go back here to Old World, let's look at Emily. Grain farms, beautifully symmetrical. Hops farms, pretty much symmetrical. A few little outliers right here. But what I want to do on Chubb is do farms more like these.
The ingenious device is complete.
Where we have edges that are weird, like over here on Buccaneer. I want to do something like this. The way my pepper farms look, that's how I kind of want to make the farms look on Chubb, where they look sort of organic-ish, if that's not a word, but you know, where it's a little natural. That's what I'm looking for. A little more natural, with trees in the middle, some scarecrows, you know, stuff like that. How I'm going to accomplish that, or why I'm going to accomplish that, is mainly about grain. Grain. I keep jumping back and forth because I'm not done yet talking about grain. Let's go over to Amelie. We're making a lot of grain here. We actually have not maxed out completely. There's 2 fertilizers I could put right here, but I'm not dealing with that right now because Amelie is not what we're going to do. Where we're going to do this. We're going to do this over on Chubb. We have a temporary malt delivery that was being made over here in Docklands. I believe I've already canceled it. Yeah, it was right here. I was trading like steam carriages for malt. It was temporary and it was just for, yeah, this was full. It's going down. So I have until that gets to 0 to finish what I'm doing here. The malt was for the advanced coffee roasters. If you remember, there it is. These need to stay running. So what we're going to do is we're going to mass produce malt over on Chubb. In the process of that, I also want to mass produce beer. Why do I want to mass produce beer? Well, if you remember last episode, I told you I was testing something here. My beer route to Jean. This has been an issue. Mr. La Fortune has been a very impatient man. He is constantly hovering between 65 and 75. So very rarely do we get to 75. But the problem is his beer routes are taking too long. And in order to fix that, I need to make more beer and change the route going to him so that he will leave me alone. Because Anne, on the other hand, is fine. She's hovering around 80, and I can deal with 80 all day. She's like 77 to 84 all the time. The only reason for that is because the routes coming from Buccaneer. Oh boy, look at this. Wait, who are all these people?
My roots crease.
Oh my gosh, it's all the NPCs. I've never seen the NPCs wait like this in line. Look at that. That is awesome. It's because the Sap and the Brooks are sitting right here waiting for their beer and their schnapps and all the things. Wow, what are we doing here? Do we have no beer here? Hang on a minute. Where's my brewery? Right there. Brewery, you. Yeah, you're just very, 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 very slowly making beer. I have 134. Why don't we put it on the ship?
Attention for the Admiral.
People celebrate.
Hang on a minute. Why aren't we putting it on the ship? Minimum is 50. There should be 100. Being able to be traded right now. You should be putting 50 on this ship and getting out of here.
More than ready.
Right? Hang on. Now I'm wondering what's going on here. Old World Pirates. Oh, this is Anne. This is the Anne route. You're waiting for schnapps. That's right. One of them's taking schnapps and rum, and the other one is taking the beer. So schnapps is actually the slow one at that route. Anyways, this is completely sidetracked. These two ships are... Everything's working fine with Anne. It's just slow. Okay? but it's fast enough where she's hovering around 80. Jean, on the other hand, and this garbage route right here is just taking too long. This route is terrible, but it is what it is. All right, so we're going to change this route completely. I have... Let me get rid of this. Here's my 2 test routes. I took a little schooner and just went back and forth to Manola with some rum and some schnapps. That's so hard to say. And I've just been going back and forth with the schooner. And what I did was I put a battle cruiser, because it's my slowest ship, from Chubb straight to Jean. And I'm not sure if this was the best idea, honestly. Let's go look at him. Let's go down here to his island. Here we go. I don't know if it was the best idea, to be honest with you. If we look here at storage, let's see, how do I measure this route? Oh, I go to Chubb, that's right. I'm like, wait, you can't click on his island. It's Chubb. There we go. There we go. Test John. There we go. This is a 28-minute. What is that? 28-minute. This is a 28-minute route. Almost. Yeah, this is exactly. This is a 28-minute route is what this is. In 28 minutes, I need to be making 150 tons? Question mark? Hang on. Let me see what that actually comes up to. 150. 150 divided by 28 is 5.4. So 5 tons a minute. So 6 tons a minute. Is that good math or is that bad math? 6 tons a minute times 28 is 150. Yeah. So I need to be making 6 tons a minute. That's not that much. That is not much. Which means I probably could get away with making that a clipper and just adding more than 6 tons a minute. Just doing like 10 tons a minute. I don't know hang on. Let me go look here at my actual breweries on Emily, because I could make these a little bit more efficient here on when I do them on Chubb. Why is there only 50? Hang on. Do I have everything wrong? 50. Why do I have 50 tons here? I'm making 12 more tons than I need to throughout every island that I have. We don't need Buccaneer. Let's get rid of Buccaneer. That's doing its own thing. Somewhere. The second one. Right there. Get out of here. All right. I'm making 11 tons a minute. More than I need to. So this is a route issue. But I'm fixing all my routes now. So this should not... Once I start mass producing this won't be a problem anymore. Beer shuttle. Why am I bringing beer down there? Oh, okay, never mind. The PBR is bringing beer down to Chubb so that then the beer can go across to Chubb to then go up to Crown Falls. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And that one's just sitting up here, so it's waiting on the beer. Okay, that's why. That's why. Okay. The PBR sits up here at Amelie until it's full. Then it goes down here and unloads it. That's why Amelie only has 50. Okay, that makes sense. And then this beer that goes around the old world is just a little schooner, and you are for some reason dropping everything at Devil Ray where we don't need that much. Then you're going to North Cole. Okay, you're dropping 30 at North Cole. So then you're coming up here and dropping 70. You know what? That's fine. Because they're not using 70 tons of beer in the time it takes to do this triangle route. At all. Yeah, and the time I've been talking, that number 98 right here has not changed.
It's all prepared.
So there's no way. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. It looks bad, but it's fine. It's working. Hi, Mr. Newspaper Man. What's going on, buddy?
The idiot is back. Oh heavens! I thought you were the photographer.
I really wish I would have heard the first 4 words that he said. I totally missed it. I was going to comment, but I didn't hear what he said. Steampunk is quite full of mirth. Yes, that's what I would call it. The architectural exhibition ends on Devil Ray. It wasn't architectural at all. It was a science exhibition. Okay, this one might have been, but this was science. We saw it. I remember I clicked the button and we literally saw that. Not true, but everybody's happy, so I'm good. Okay, now.
It's important to be true.
Yes, we need to start. We need to start. I've been doing a lot of talking. I need to make malt. I need to make beer. I need to make grain. I need to make hops. And I want to put some more vineyards around here. I'm thinking I want... Yeah. here's my... Okay, let's focus in on this. Instead of all the other things, let's focus in on where we're going to put things here.
The people celebrate your leadership.
I want to put a town. Where does the town go? Do we put the town over here? By just the docks where the storage goes and the commuter pier. That might make sense, actually. The commuter pier comes here. We got a little town right here. And then they go down the highway over there to work at the docks or to the places. What are these things called? The canneries and all the things. The breweries are going to be over here. Or do we put it over here? Right? We can move all the clay pits. We can move them somewhere else. We could have a little town right here. In this little corner. Right? They'd be a long way from the commuter pier, but that might look nice. We could even put it over here. This is my last choice. I don't like this. The north side of the island here. I'm not really sure what to put in this little pathway here. But or another option, we put all the farms out around here and then kind of wrap a little town in right in this area. Like a little L shape here. And this road here kind of be the road into where everybody goes to work. A lot of different options there. I don't know if... Should I mix them in with the farms or kind of like we did on Buccaneer? I said I was going to stay on Chubb. I did not. Over here on this... This is kind of what I'm envisioning over on Chubb. Where we have farms mixed in with homes. You know?
We're taking every care.
We got homes here.
This city is a
something like
magnet
this.
for genius.
Or do we have it like this, where you have a big clump of farms like this, and then the homes are kind of on the outskirts of the farms? That's my biggest issue. I think this looks the best. Right? This right here, to me, this is peak Anno farming, peak Anno farming right here. But if I'm making I need to make a bunch of malt. So something like this with grain farms might be the ticket. Maybe I do grain farms like this, and then I mix in some hops. And what are my other ones? What are my options here? I know I've already changed over here on the fertilities. I've already changed peppers to hops. Ooh, furs. I could change potatoes to furs. Hang on, hang on, hang on. What if this back here is like hunting cabins? All back here is hunting cabins. I move all of the clay into this area. We have like a little brick clay kind of thing going on here, maybe? And then over here we do, what do we have left? Grain, hops, and grapes. And we just crush this whole area with those three and then put a little town over here. I think I finally talked myself through it. I think that's what I want to do. Okay. Let's cut it. Let's just, we got to start. At some point we got to start, right? Is everybody connected? All right, this road has to stay. Yeah, let's do we need these? What are these? Oh, this was a future build just in case I needed sheep farms. Is that what those are? Do we need wool? Can we get rid of these? Ooh, wool is close. All right, let's take away Buccaneer. Buccaneer throws everything off, usually. Woodlands. All right, they're doing their own, so we don't need them. North Colt is doing their own. I remember that one. So now, what do we got? Yeah. We probably should do a few here. As you can see. I mean, what's it going to hurt? Right? I mean, this is all wool. Nope. Wool. Cape to Old World. There we go. All right, so you're just bringing stuff from Emily here. 367. The only thing that needs wool, I believe, is like a store or a... I think it's a department store or something up there. Maybe a furniture store or something up there. Let's look. Cape. This is just going to be Crown Falls and Chubb. 9. What in the world do you need 9 for up here? What do we need 9 tons a minute of wool for? Am I making work clothes? All right, let me think about what I'm doing here. Where am I making work clothes up here? If I was, it would be up here in this area, right? I don't believe I am. What do I need 9 tons of? That's a lot. Hang on, let's go back down to Chubb. Is there anything here that I'm missing that needs wool? These are all off, correct? Yeah, those are all turned off. Do I have any? That's soap. What am I doing? I'm telling you, I have left this island neglected for so long. Yeah, none of this is wool. This is all canned food. Yeah, that's 0. It's just 9 on Crown Falls. That's crazy. Where? All right, now I have to solve this mystery. Is this a store?
Keep the body afloat, so the mind
Now I gotta remember where I put all these things. All right, there we go. Wool. Nope, that's feathers and fur. Over here is a couple stores. Boom. Nope.
And the
Now I'm gonna go through all of them.
to a degree are very well made.
Oh, no, it's a lifestyle. It's lifestyle. That's right. It's artisans. It's artisans.
Cheeks and merriment.
There it is. That's what it is. I was gonna say one store over here. I know it's Crown Falls and it's a high population, but one store that ain't gonna do. Where is it? Yeah, I think that's only 1 ton a minute. It's these. It's the artisans for sure. Okay, so they do need wool here, but it's only 9 tons. So instead of making that route come all the way over here from Amelie, Amelie has 150. Yeah, all the artisans over here on Devil Ray, they're full. All this extra on Woodlands. Yeah, this route no longer, this doesn't need to happen at all. Let's just make our 9 tons a minute here on Chubb and not worry about it. I mean, we're already over here. Where am I? What is this? This is Buccaneer. Jeez, I swear. I'm all over the map. I've been talking for half an hour and I haven't even put a building down yet. All right, let's cut all of these. These got to go. And that little fence right there might bother me if I allow it to, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to let that bother me. Instead, we're going to connect that. We're going to cut all of these. Cut you. We're gonna make new roads here. Just all right. So now this is now connected to this road via this road. So I can cut this now. All right, let's turn these on. What do you need? This is grain. I'm about to make grain here, so all this can turn on. All right, let's turn you on.
Thought I was off to the workhouse.
Let's turn you on. All right, you're doing 2 per minute. Now you're doing 4 per minute. You're doing 4 per minute. That's 8. So all we need is 3 to make this whole thing complete, correct? Somehow I'm now making 11. How am I making 11? 15 per minute. 15 or 1 per 15 seconds. That's 4 a minute. That's 8. Where's the other 3? I've got to get familiar with this island. I have to get familiar because this is not gonna work. All right, let's put you away. You go, you go, you go, and you go. All right, somehow. Oh, it's the plus 100%. That's what it is. Plus 1 per 3. Yeah, it's the silo. Yep. Okay. So we're making. So we need 2 sheep farms. All this can go, and we can make these sheep farms look much better than that. Right? We don't need this max production sheep farm thing here. We can kind of spread them out here and make them look nice. So we'll leave that little corner there for sheep farms. Now, up here, what do we got for vineyards? How are grapes? To see if I even need these. Everybody in the world. The vineyard Crown Falls is somehow making. Oh, I have 1 vineyard up there. That's right. North Cole has a bunch. Chubb, that's these 2 right here that I'm looking at. And then Hacienda is the Cowchuck is making extra. Yeah, in the new row we're making extra grapes because of items. The bakery is making grapes? How does a bakery make grapes? How does a bakery make grapes? It's via an item. Yep. Right there. So we're making grapes there too. All right, so what was it? What was the total? We can make a few extra just because I think vineyards look nice. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to make a few just because. Maybe we'll just keep these 2. Maybe 2 or 3. Malt. We're doing malt. I've gone all around the world and all around the map. I need to make malt. That's what we need to do. These don't need to look like this anymore because I want to put breweries. Could we put the breweries on? The reason I want to figure out where the breweries go because I need to find out where the malt houses are going to go. Let's move this over here just to get it out of my face. All right, grain. The sheep use grain in their silos and the pigs use grain in their silos, correct? So the grain I think maybe we'll move. All right, let's cut this. This is what's throwing me off. What's throwing me off is that I started with this and I want to somehow keep it. No, we're not keeping it. Let's move these away. Just get out of here. Get out of my face. Get over here somewhere. And fuel station can go with them. Let's get that out of here. I got warehouses everywhere for no reason. We are starting over. Get over here. You get over here. There. All right, clean slate. Sort of, with this weird road. Okay, now I can think. I think the vineyards would look good right over here next to these. We could put like the pink trees every now and then with these. So let's move these up here. No, let's move them over here to get them out of my face again. Again, out of my face. You need to come up here too. So I remember to put train tracks somewhere, which actually that's what can go right here.
Where are
I just
the
figured it
cousins
out.
of a virtuoso?
You're going to go like that. Here we go. See, sometimes you just have to start doing stuff and things just start falling into place. We're going to put the train track right by this fence line. Or all right, here's my two options. Do we go, where are they? Mature trees. Do we go mature trees along this fence line? Like that? Or do we go mature trees on the other side? There's our options. Do we go there? Do we go train track with mature trees and then the road right here? Because this would be road. Or do we go like this? That looks really weird, but what I'm saying, we go tracks, trees, road, or trees, tracks, road. Which one do we do? Which one looks better? I'm kind of feeling the tracks next to the fence, with the row of trees and then the road going this way. I'm kind of feeling that more than this. Yeah, I'm thinking we're doing that. That's what we're doing. Let's cut this. We'll cut these. And then also this little weird thing right here won't be as weird anymore. And then this can go over here. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Do I want to put the vineyards? All right, for now, I got to get the grain going. I'm worried about the vineyards. I need to get the grain. I can't decide if I want to put these vineyards on this side or if I want to put them wrapped around. But the more I'm looking at this, I think they're going to go over here. The fuel station can come out here somewhere like this. I did it wrong. Still did it wrong. There we go. Oh my gosh, what is the problem? And then we can figure out where maybe the train track goes like this. It connects that way. I do like that. I keep saying I want to do the grain and I do nothing but the vineyard. We'll run this right here. Down this way and up. Yeah, that's fine. And then like that. And we'll do the same thing here. Run a row of trees all the way down the side of it. And then when we need to cross this, we will just we'll cross it. And we'll put a whole nother work area right here with breweries and stuff. Yeah, that's going to work for those. Let's get them working again. Let's just use that warehouse just to get these things working again, right? On the background, because this is going to take a while. I have a feeling I'm about to dive into something that's gonna take a minute. All right, now malt houses and grain farms.
Your leadership.
Let's build a grain farm somewhere. There it is. Grain. All right, I just want to see. All right, it's 144. Okay, so like that. Then we go malt. I want to maybe mix them in like this, but if you mix them in, as good as they might look, if you go like this, right? The problem I'm going to have, I think I needed 13 tons a minute on Shub. Is that correct? 15 tons a minute. Let's get a trade union. I have been bringing items over here. Right? I have a lot of items in here for farms and whatnot, and malt. Nope. Malt. Okay, maybe not. Drinks production? Okay.
Where
Hang
do we
on.
take the stuff without
Time
a
out.
warehouse?
What is it for these malt houses over here on Amelie? What are we using? You use the Get Rich Quick and the Big Copper Distiller. I thought I had that over there. Is it over here and I just haven't brought it over yet? I have been researching things. No longer. Those are all done. What are you? Items, malt. Okay, so just the distiller? Okay, you fine. You're here. I'll bring you just because you don't I don't really care about you. No, I don't care about you. What was it? There was something else. There had to be something else that I was looking at here. Beer? Wait, brewery? Epic Schnapps. Brewery. Yeah, I needed you. Just in case I need electricity. What was the other one? Farms, maybe? Farms? Old world, all crop farms. Yes, I needed all these things. That's right. That's what I was doing. Okay, there it was. So it was for the farms. It wasn't for the actual mall houses. Great. Okay. So the mall houses are going to have to be within the trade union, but where? Yeah, this is going to have to go up here. And those items that I just showed you increase modules for the farms as well. So we're going to have to wait to see production on Amelie. Let's see. They're making 32 on Amelie. Really? 32? With 6 of them? Yeah, 11 seconds. One every 11 seconds. That's almost 6 a minute. There's 6 of them. 32 is somewhere between 5 and 6. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. So I'm going to need 15. I only need 3 of these. Do I have that right? If I need 15, they're doing between 5 and 6 a minute. Yeah, I need 3. I need 3 of these. That's not bad. Okay, that makes this much easier. If I only need to fit 3 within a trade union that has... Okay, yep. Sometimes I need to talk to myself and get it all out. So this is just going to have a whole bunch of extra farms. Let's bring them over here. I wanted to connect... I really want to connect the grain farms down here. But then that leaves all of this open. I don't want to leave this open. This is where I wanted farms to lead all the way up to this road. Like, this was for sure going to be farmland. Maybe that makes where my town goes easier then. I guess the town is just going to be this, but also this.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
Well, I talked so much that the ship's already here. All right, you go back. Go back to Emily just in case we need you for anything. All right, let's put this trade union to use. All right, so the mall house. I typed in mall house earlier and this lady did not show up. Am I blind? She did. No one showed up, right? I'm still using her just because they're. I like the idea of using these little basic items that no one ever uses ever. I like it. We're gonna use her, so that's gonna go in. Schnapps Distillery, Brewery, Potato Farm, Hop Farm, Grain Farm. Oh, she does the grain farm too? You're in. Just because. All right, so let's look at grain farm. That means we only get to use one of these things for the grain farms. Great. I mean, this is the best for productivity, but I don't care about productivity. I want extra modules because I want to fill this area. I want to make this so like all the farmland. Number of modules plus 35, plus 25, plus 15. Anyone else add modules? You add 35. All old world crop farms, and you add potatoes. Alexander, you might be the winner here, Alexander. Then I get free potatoes, and then I can change this potato. I mean, do I need potatoes? Let's stop for a second. Do I need potatoes for anything? No. Of course not. Well, let's take away what we're doing on Crown Falls, because that's irrelevant. Okay, the only one I need to worry about is Amelie, because that's where my... Yeah. That's where my mass production of potatoes are. Never mind, Alexander. We don't need you. Grain. I just want to do something different. I know if you are a min-maxer, well, you're probably not even watching me. If you're a min-maxer, let's be honest, because you'd be so frustrated with me after like episode 6, you're out. So the people, if you're still with me, you don't care. So let's go with, and that's 20. Let's just do this one. It's got the most modules. I want to add modules. If you want min-maxing, I'll just come over here and we'll just stand right here and stare at this for an hour and a half, right? There's 208 pigs being produced on this island per minute. All right, there you go. There's your mass production. When the whole reason I'm doing that is so I can get 52 tons of dung, but that's besides the point. Back to grain. Back to grain. So now this grain farm needs
A farm?
194. I only added 50. That's okay. That's okay. All right, let's put you out here somewhere. Let's see what a 194 module grain farm looks like. Not big at all. I was hoping it would be like that. Well, how many extra can I do? Let's shift it and see. It'll let me do 294. Maybe we do that. Let's go 294. Let's just make them huge. And that way we can cut them and put trees and scarecrows and stuff in here. All right, let's do a row of temperate grove, just like we did right there. Let's do the same row. I like the bushes behind kind of deal. So let's, this whole road. Yeah, for all of my random decorating, sometimes I do like symmetry. Sometimes. Maybe not put the bushes behind here. Does that look okay? No. No, because they have this fence right here. Their own fence. They don't need all that business. All right, now. Do the grain farms connect on this side or this side? I think they come over here. This contrast in color. You know, I'm looking at the colors. What I'm looking at, the contrast is going to be like really bright pink, really bright yellow. Maybe these need to be separated. We'll put hops farms right here. Yeah, let's do that. All right, let's move you over here somewhere. Let's add another one of these out here somewhere. I don't know how many breweries I need. That's what I need to figure out. First thing I need to do is figure out how many breweries I need. So then I know how many of these I need. It was 6? Is that what it was? I think it was 6. With the same items, it was 6. Wasn't it?
An explosion in one of your factories. A fire broke out.
And we can do that. That's not a problem. I can just research these 3 things. That's not a problem. It was 6. I need 6 breweries. So let's go back. Let's throw these down. I hope my math is right. If you're yelling at your screen that I got it wrong, I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and apologize right now for that. Trade union, and I don't have another distiller, do I? What's the thing called? What is the thing called? Copper, this thing. Copper distiller. I need one of you, and I need one of you. And I need one of you. That's the exact same 3 items that we were making, that Emily has. So we're just going to do the same thing. Hopefully those things get done in time. Let's crank up. Should I crank this up so they get done in time? Yeah, but then the video gets really choppy. Look at my my blimps. Yeah, let's not do that. 6 breweries. I really wish I should have thought this through. I should have thought this through. I'm not going to finish this anyway. These grain farms. So let's just add a couple and then I'll adjust it later. How's that? Let's go around here like this. We're going to need a warehouse. Not all the grain farms are going to need to be in here. The only thing that needs to be in here are these. The grain farms, I could just make extra ones. I have tractors. I have fertilizer. I do have fertilizer, yes. I do have fertilizer, yes. Yes. Yes, I do. By a lot. Yeah, so the grain... All right, the only thing that matters is these 6. I need... What was it? How many of these? Dang it. It wasn't breweries that I needed 6 of. It was malt houses that I needed 6 of. Or was it breweries? See, now I've got myself confused. How about this? How about I build 6 of these? I don't remember. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta do this. Malt houses. How many do I need? It was Shub. Needed 15. Okay, that was where the 15 came from. 15 tons a minute. 15 tons a minute on Amelie, which is where I have my other malt houses. They're making 32 for 6 of them. 32 or 15. Oh boy. Hang on. 6 of these are making 32. That's 5.3. When I have 6 of them here, so that makes sense. If I needed 15, I need 3. I need 3 of them. Is that right? 3 11s. 1 every 11 seconds is 5-ish. 6-ish. Yes, I need 3 mall houses mixed in to this, and I believe so. The 6 was the breweries. 3 mall houses, 6 breweries. There's my mall houses. There they are. Got them. Okay. Whew, man. Sometimes math is hard, and I probably still have it wrong, but I'm just gonna roll with it. And when I make my mistake, everybody can just point and laugh at me, because that's what we do. All right, you can move over here somewhere, maybe out here in this corner. And you turn. I don't know which way.
Potholes, so watch out.
Let's bring you way out here. Yeah, I like that. And this road. So they will move you over here. This road can come down and connect out here somewhere. Okay, we'll bring these up to the yellow ones. There's yellow ones. Yes, that's the ones that look good in the grain area. Yep. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Finally. Finally starting to build.
What brings you here, Master?
Well, what brings me is a lot of confusion, is what brings me, actually. Ooh, you know what we could do? Let's take these off the main road. Yeah, let's just bring you back here like this. I want these off. Yes. I want these off the main road. And then this can come way up in here, like in the middle of the actual farm, right? We'll wrap all the grain around them like this. We'll do this. This can get its... Where does the fuel station?
We can't shut the storeroom door.
Maybe we'll just put fertilizer silos in here, no tractors. For now, we'll just do fertilizer here. I can't do that. I gotta put the fields. Like that. Then the fertilizer can go here. Like that. There we go. All right, we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. We'll wrap the grain around this. See, wait, what happened? No, shift, please. There we go. I want to wrap these around here like this. There, I'm messing up on the button. We'll put some trees up in here just to give an idea of what I'm thinking. Put an elm tree right there. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, right? We can always wrap this around. I don't know how many modules I have. 40 modules left, so I can go like this. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking for like the whole area, right? You can everything. I mean, we can add some more space. We can add trees and scarecrows and stuff like that in here. I'm trying to find them. Here we are. The signpost, the scarecrows. Like, we can add space, right? But here's the basic premise: is grain farm with the mall house kind of mixed in. All of it connecting to a warehouse, and fill this whole area with it, and not be as square as this is. This is not what I don't want square. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. All right, let's go ahead and do this one. Let's see if we can. This probably has to switch. We'll put this out here. Right? We'll put it them far away from the main road. But they can't be because they got to fit in here. Dang it. Drinks, crop farms. Yeah, you got to be closer. All right, then bring this. Are you in there yet? Nope. Can I turn it?
You are a confusion.
Yes, yes, okay. Yes, I am a confusion. That's right. I read it correctly. I didn't read it, and then I read it correctly again. I am definitely a confusion. Yeah, that's good. And then fertilizer can go here for this one. When's the last time I did Temperate Grove and got 4 trees? You know what? That's what we'll do. Well, right here, we'll put a little signpost. We'll do this. We'll give him an outhouse right here next to all the poop. Right next to the fertilizer silo. That's a great idea. Boom.
Your leadership.
Give him a tree. And some grass. There we go. That works for me. No, actually, that doesn't. This is going to be the road. Much better. And then this can be grain. I really wish. Maybe I'll just put a third one back there. Put a third one up here. Maybe that works. Let's do this. Let's go up here. Like, see, I can't go any farther. What does a tractor add? I forget. There you go, 266. Plus more or just 266? Just 266. And you can go 294 without the tractor? Hang on. Wait, what? All right, well, I don't want a tractor then if I can't make 294. So without the tractor, why did this one allow me 260 or 294? What did I do differently? Let's try this again. What did I do differently? I did that. $144. Oh, I was hitting. I'm so dumb sometimes. I'm so dumb. I was hitting shift instead of, or control instead of shift. All right, so with the tractor, let's shift and see how far we can go with this. We can go 316 with the tractor. All right, we're doing tractors. Just so I can fill in more space. Are you within range? No. You're still not. Oh, that's right. It's right there. All right. You. First of all, is that the way I want it to face?
To the center of the earth.
Yes. I'm not journeying to the center of the earth, as I've already done that 3 or 4 times.
It's every person's right.
See that right there, that -3? That's exactly why me and her are only at like 60 something. Right? This is why this is a problem. It's because I'm minus like 10% working conditions on some island somewhere. I don't even remember where it's at. I think it's Manola or something. Is it? Now, nope, that's where we gotta go. Gotta go to Manola. I believe it is. Yeah, it's these. It's the fans and all those things. Yeah, it's this right here. These two. Yeah, it's these two. Cables and motor are what is causing this. And I don't think he likes it either. But that's why they hate me. The 2 easiest NPCs in the game. Can't stand me. Okay, so if this is going to be here, I have to figure out a way now to get the fuel station within range. Okay. Maybe this is going to be a lot of trial and error, y'all. A lot of trial and error. Maybe this can come down like that. What about you? How are you now? All right, let's try this differently. Everything is moving. Everything. Come on, let's go. We're going down here. We're going over, like, what do we say? Right there. Let's try the same road and see if that works. Now where do you reach? Really? Well, I can just move this. It's fine. This can work. Doesn't work well, but it works. That's the tile. That's where it's got to go. So we'll do that. Does it still work? It does. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. So we'll put a tractor on this one too, so I can move. There? Does that work?
The presence of a virtuoso.
Yeah, and we'll put something right here, like a... something like that, you know? Just add a little green space there. Okay, so now this should be able to go to 316. Uh, 346. Okay, how far can we go? 366, that's right. Okay, well, it had a 6 in it. All right, let's fill it in as much as we can. Why not? Okay, so I'm definitely going to be able to fill in this whole area then. That's going to make me happy. All right, so let's go with you and hit shift. Boom. Absolutely. Get as high up there as we can. There we go. Perfect. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, this is going to look good up here in the corner like this. What I'll do is this is going to be between episodes 100%. I will cut like one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, right? And we'll put, you know, an elm tree, you know, or a mature tree. I don't know. I mean, in real life, that's not how it would work. In a grain field, they're not going to just have a random tree in the middle. But this is my game. And I'm going to do what I want. What do you think about that? And we'll put like a scarecrow. Where are they? Where are the scarecrows? Signpost. Okay. Do I have to go in the farming specific one? Where are the scarecrows? Seasons. Bright harvest. Right there. Scarecrow. I wish those were bigger. But I'll put scarecrows in here. You know, I'll put trees in here. And we're going to make this look like we're going to add some height to it. It's not just going to be flat grain farms, you know? And then that is going to take some work, because then I have to find another spot for 2 or 3 more tiles and all that. It's going to be some work. But when we come back next time, this is going to be yellow. And then I'll figure out, maybe the hops farms can come in here. Maybe these breweries aren't over here. There I go again. Maybe. All the maybes. Look at all the warehouses. Everybody needs a road. Everybody needs a warehouse. No connection. No connection to harbor. Much like this entire video, no connections in my brain. Maybe that's the name of the video. No connections. We cannot find a connection. I'm trying to connect production chains. I'm trying to connect numbers. I cannot connect anything. It's all disconnected. But when we come back, this is going to be connected. Somehow, some way. Somehow we're connecting this area with this area and a whole new area. This is a project. This project is going to take a few episodes. Settle in. We're going to be here for a while.